Walk into any casino and you'll hear the same thing: dice bouncing, wheels spinning, slots ringing. You may even see the occasional jackpot. But if you watch long enough, you'll notice something. The house always wins. But why? Contrary to what you think, it's not luck. It's a basic idea in statistics that turns randomness into predictable certainty. This reason is the law of large numbers. Think about this. If you roll a die once, you could get any whole number from 1 to 6. After a single roll, your average value could be any one of those numbers. But what about after 10 rolls, 100 or a million? You'll notice that with more and more rolls, your average converges to 3.5, the actual expected value. This is the law of large numbers at work. In the short run, anything can happen, but in the long term, randomness becomes near certainty.
From this experiment, you can see that as the number of dice rolls go up from left to right, the average goes down in variation and goes towards the true average of 3.5. But if we take the 1 or 2 rolls, you can see that it starts at 2 as being the average, and then on the second roll, it starts with 4.0 being the average, then 4.5, and so on.
Now for our first example, let's look at insurance companies. Think about how insurance is supposed to work. Most people assume that the company is just hoping that you don't get into an accident, but that's not quite right. Let me show you what actually guarantees their profit. Imagine an insurance company that sells car insurance to only one customer, who pays a premium of $5 for the year. Now here's the problem. With only one customer, there are only two possible outcomes. Either they crash or they don't. If they don't crash, the company pockets $5. Great. But if they do crash, then the company has to pay out at a loss. Now let's see what happens. After that horrific accident, the customer now has to come back and claim their insurance, and the company must lose their profit and then some.
As you can see, our insurer is furious. This is because the one person that he sold a policy to got into an accident, which means that he will be put into the negatives.
Now picture the same company selling policies to dozens of drivers. They don't know which specific person will crash, but with a lot of customers, they know that someone might. According to the article published by ResearchGate.net, for every 100 insurance participants, there is at least one accident claim. The insurer can expect to collect millions in premiums and pay out a few thousand in claims and keep the rest. The law of large numbers doesn't predict your future. It guarantees the company's profit. As long as they spread risk across a large enough pool of customers, that's how insurance turns uncertainty to a certainty.
We can see in the second example that after selling multiple policies, only one of his policyholders got into an accident and filed a claim, which means that he only has to pay one of them and he gets to end up in profit, which makes him happy.
Now that our insurer is happy, let's go look at how casino managers make profit.
Why you wanna test your luck when I've been on the road? Losing ain't an option, bet my life I never fold. You're trying to even the odds, when I don't we never be even at all. Y'all can compete with the god. Hold up, wait, I just hit the jackpot.
A study done in 2014 by the Journal of Gambling Studies shows that as the number of casino players increases, revenue will approach the house advantage, as predicted by the law of large numbers. With 100 bets, the casino could lose or win wildly, but with 10,000 bets, the results converge to the expected value, meaning the house is going to win.
So whether you're rolling dice, walking into a casino, or buying insurance, remember this: one lucky break means nothing. The law of large numbers doesn't care about a single spin or a single driver. It cares about millions of them. In the short run, anything can happen, but in the long run, randomness becomes certainty. That's why the house always wins. That's why insurance companies stay in business, not because they're lucky, but because they play more times than you ever will. And that's not chance, that's the law.